Hi there everyone, this is Kevin with Divinely Designed and Kevin's mom.
Good evening everyone.
And we're going to do another soap video. And we're getting ready to do a soap, sort of a valentine kind of soap. So it's a small batch because we're using this mold. This is a mold I got from what was that place?
Oh, in Bali, that antique place.
Yeah, it was like a flea market kind of antique place where people sold stuff. So this was a mold that I found. So we're going to try that. I don't have exact amounts, but I'm going to go over the recipe in percentages. So this oil mixture is 33% olive oil, hummus, 21% coconut oil, 76 degree, 17% cocoa butter, 17% shea butter, and 12.5% castor oil. That's the different oil mixture that we have. This is a pre-mixed oil mixture I have, which is that I just have a table that I just sort of figure out, you know, exactly the amount I'm looking for, and that tells me how much lye water I'm supposed to use. So that's why I don't have exact amounts right now. But we're going to be doing an in-the-pot swirl. So after we mix it, we're just going to mix everything kind of in here. Colors, we have some micas from the conservatory. This one is ruby red, and this one is pink lemonade. And this is called Strong Pink from TKV Trading. For fragrances, we're using 2 Nature's Garden fragrances. It's half and half of chocolate fudge and strawberry preserves, and it smells good, right?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes, it does.
That smells good.
Good enough to drink.
Yeah, but we don't.
No,
that would be bad
for
us. So, all right. Oh, you want to check? Yeah, temperatures.
You got me trained already.
Yeah, good. Okay. So you gotta. Yeah, good. Oils are
72.
72. And our lye water is...
I can't see with the light glare.
66. Good, okay. So good, perfect. We're really close.
Okay.
You want to get your stick blender?
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'll start, right?
And just put it all the way down at the bottom first.
Tap it first?
Yeah, a little bit. Remember, there's not a lot in here, so you got to keep it down.
Okay.
You may want to just pulse it a little bit. Right? You ready?
What's the matter?
Okay, hold on. Alright, so don't do it until after I'm done adding all this, because I'm going to put the fragrance in too. Alright? So... Okay, go ahead.
Got it right that way?
Use it like a spoon.
Got it right that way.
Yeah, just do it without turning it on. Just mix it by hand for a little bit. That way you can lift it up better.
Yeah, it's gonna look right.
Well, you're not. You gotta lift it up more. You can when it's not on, you can lift it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to mix in the oils.
Like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Just like a spoon. Think of it just like a spoon. All right. Now give it a little buzz. Perfect. All right.
Smell that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it smells good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Gotta make bigger batch.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna.
It's green from this. Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna use. We don't need to use a lot of color here.
Okay.
Okay, so in there, we're going to add a little bit of white, and you're going to mix that up.
Is there?
Yeah, I have some white pre-mixed in water. Hold on, Mom. Let me put it in first. Okay. You might need a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. All right, I'm going to start with...
They made it smell better. More?
That's good, probably. You can...
Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. Now what do you want next?
Yeah, you can stop mixing and just put that to the side.
In there?
Yeah, that's fine.
You want... Oh, we don't mix these.
Yeah, we will in a second here. I'm just getting them started with my spatula. Because these pre-mixed, these micas and powders were pre-mixed in some oil, and it firmed up a little bit. So I'm just sort of getting them started here. And then we may need to, we'll see how the colors are, and we may need to add a little bit more, but I think they'll be okay.
Oh, what's that? Oh.
This is the strong pink.
Oh, okay. Oops. Wow.
All right, so... All right, for right now, I'm just going to blend these up a little bit.
Get in there. Pretty color. That's your little one.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Why don't you show that to the camera?
Okay,
That's strong pink.
It?
Lift it up a little bit higher. There you go. That's good, Mom.
That's pretty.
So that one was strong pink from TKB Trading. This one is pink lemonade. Why don't you show the camera that one?
Okay.
That's good.
It looks more like chocolate.
That one has more, I don't know, it looks more raspberry.
Yeah, purple I was supposed to see now. No, mix all that in now? No.
We're going to do an in-the-pot swirl.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, and this one is ruby red. Oops. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is, you're going to take, it's fine, we're going to mix up. So take the strong pink. Nope, this one, yep.
Okay.
And you're going to hold it up high, not real high, and just swirl it around.
I'm right over it.
Move it around. Keep moving it. Keep pouring and moving and moving and pouring and... Good, perfect. That's
too
great.
fast now.
Yep, that's great. Good, good, good. Okay. I'm going to do the same with
what a pretty color.
With the ruby red.
Oh, this is going to be nice.
And the pink lemonade.
Without the pink?
Yeah.
Lavender.
And more the lavender lemonade.
That's all right. Pretty. Really pretty.
All right. I'm just going to get the remaining little bits in here.
Okay.
Ooh, that smells good though, huh?
Yes. Comes out nice. I have to make more for Valentine's Day.
Well, remember, these are just the embeds, the part that we're going to put in a larger soap.
Oh, that's okay.
So these are just going to be, this is the first step in making the soap.
I see what you're getting at, okay.
Okay.
It looks like it might be enough for that.
And then, I'm just going to take a chopstick. Well, why don't you do it? Now, you don't have to do a lot. That's enough. That's plenty. Yep.
Look how pretty.
Yep.
Oh.
Alright, so now we're just going to pour it in the molds.
We'll let you do that.
Now, I don't know if I have enough, so I'm only going to fill them halfway, I think.
Okay.
Or 3/4 maybe.
No. Okay. That's gonna be nice. Uh-oh, that one got fuller. Yeah, I think you might have enough.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have plenty.
Yes, you are. And you go all the way to. Oh, they're gonna be nice.
In fact, I'm gonna have a little left over, I think.
Oh wow. Well,
Not much.
being so flimsy, you could have to be very careful.
Oh yeah, I probably
Put them on a tray or something.
I should have put them on a tray beforehand.
Yeah. Oh well. You'll be all right. Put them on that tray, or...
Yeah. I think I have a cookie sheet I'll put them on.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
Almost perfect.
Yeah, how about that? You didn't, but you didn't have enough.
Oh, it didn't look like enough, but I had measured it out, and it measured out what I thought it was supposed to be, so
Yeah, you had
I guess I was better than I thought.
right on the button.
Okay. All right, that was a quick one. Oh yeah, you want to clean them up? Here, I'll get the ones in here.
Yeah, I'll better let you do it. Hey, they're going to be pretty.
Your eyesight isn't great tonight, huh? Okay. All right, so this is step one. What's the matter?
I thought this one was smeared, but it's not.
Yeah, it's good. All
Oh
right.
my God, that's going to look pretty.
So that was easy. That was a quick one.
Looks like a banana split.
A banana, well, sort of, yeah. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, sort of. But it smells like chocolate and strawberry.
Yeah, it sure
so.
does.
All right, so that's it. Check back after the break for the unmolding of these and part 2 of the video to make this soap. So you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Have a nice evening.
All
Bye.
right, bye. That's all right. All right, bye everyone. Stay tuned. Hey folks, Kevin here with Divinely Designed, and this is part 2 of the sort of Valentine's Day inspired soap that I'm doing. So the first part was making the heart embeds. So we have those. They came out very nice. And they smell delicious, like chocolate covered strawberries. So this part, what we're going to do is I'm going to make just a basic white soap, pour that into my mold. You can see that on my mold I have where the wires go when this gets cut. And what I'll be doing is placing these in. I'm going to place them in actually upside down, and the reason I'm doing that is because they will stay, I think, more stable, sort of straight up and down by doing that instead of doing it this way, which I think they're gonna, they would potentially fall side to side on. So I'm gonna be placing them between, where the wires cut, so that I have, when you cut them, you'll actually get that as an embed. Now, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to probably need to stop to let this thicken up a little bit before I actually put them all together, because if it's too thin, when I put those in, they'll just sink to the bottom. So, let's go over the recipe. I have a total of 35 ounces of oils, and let me go over the breakout by percentages. It's 33.3% olive oil, 20.8% coconut oil 76 degree, 16.6% cocoa butter, 16.6% shea butter, and 12.5% castor oil. I have a total of 511 grams of lye water with a 26.36 concentration solution. And again, I'm not doing the exact amounts because I have these sort of master batched and just waiting to go, so I don't have the individual amounts. Okay, Into the recipe also is going to go a scoop of goat's milk powder, and I'm just going to add that right now. And my fragrance, which I have 31 grams of chocolate fudge, fragrance oil, and 31 grams of strawberry preserves fragrance oil. Those are both from Nature's Garden. I'm going to add those right now so I don't forget. We'll also be using just some white, so I have some titanium dioxide that I've pre-mixed in some distilled water. And this titanium dioxide happens to be from Brambleberry. Alright, my temps, I just checked them. My oils are around 70. No, I'm sorry. My oils are around 80. My lye water is around 70. They're a little bit more than 10 degrees apart, but not terrible. Okay. Just getting my oils incorporated for right now because I'm going to add the titanium dioxide and mix a little bit more. So right now I'm just making sure all my oils are getting emulsified. And that smells so good. And I don't know if you can see, but we're just starting to get trace. I'm going to add my titanium dioxide here. Give it another little buzz. I want kind of a very white soap, but I don't want to get the like crackling that you get from titanium dioxide sometimes. Okay, I think that's pretty good actually. Alright. Just starting to get there. Alright, so I'm going to put the camera on pause for a second because I just want this to thicken up and we'll be right back. Okay folks, so we're back. My batter has thickened up nicely. It's sort of, if you can see this. So it's still not super thick, but it's like, you know, yogurt consistency, and it holds a little bit of, you know, it holds a little bit of its shape better. So that's all I really need. It doesn't need to be super thick. I just wanted to support the weight of these embeds that I'm going to put in here. And some people have said, well, why don't you just mix it a lot more to get it thicker instead of just waiting? I do mix it, like when I turned off the camera, I did mix it with my stick blender for a minute or two. But quite honestly, I just let it sit. This recipe does really well. It stays nice and liquid for a long time. So I just let it sit, and then I do cleanup and stuff while it's thickening, and then I feel like I don't have as much to clean up when I'm all done. The other thing I did was, my embeds were really super thick, so I've cut them because I only have 6 of them. So now I have 12 because I need, you know, I need 1 for each place that a wire goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hopefully, now the other ones were super thick. I wouldn't have really had a problem putting them in there and making sure the wire hit them. These are a little thinner, but they're still a decent thickness. So I just need to try and make sure I put them, you know, where the wire is going to cut. So, okay. Alright, so I'm going to put, oh, let's see, maybe half the batter or so in there. give it a good tap. Okay. Now I have some that are a little thicker than others. So the trick is try to get them in the right spots, but also so they stay up, you know, up straight. And then hopefully we'll have a nice white soap that has kind of in the middle of it a heart, a red heart. That is the goal. Now I tried doing this once before with a Halloween themed soap, was to put these embeds in so that when you cut you get the shape. And it went okay, and that was a much harder embed actually. So I'm hoping this will go a little bit better. All right, let me grab my chopstick. I'm just trying to position the embeds so they're nice and straight up and down. So some of them I have to sort of move the bottoms a little bit. This one in particular is giving me problems. Okay, so I think we're good. I'm just going to try and be gentle and pour the remaining soap on here so it doesn't move them too much. And it's really starting to thicken up now. Okay, just going to get the last out here. Like I said, this recipe does very well. It usually, for most fragrances, it stays nice and loose, gives you a good amount of time to play with it if you're wanting to do some designs. But then, when when it's ready to thicken up, it thickens up very quickly. So I've actually cut this recipe, again, depending on the fragrance, in like 5 hours, sometimes 6. Normally I will try to rate, around 8. To make sure it's nice and thick. But you can cut it pretty darn fast. Alright, I'm going to give this a couple taps here because I want to make sure I'm getting the batter in between the hearts and I'm not getting any air pockets. Now, the risk, obviously, is that I am dislodging the hearts when I'm tapping it like this. But, because the batter is pretty thick, if I don't, then I could get air pockets. And I don't want that either. Okay. The hope is, obviously, that, because the batter is pretty thick, it will hold those, the embeds in place. And I did get a bunch of air that came up. Now, for this soap, the part that's on the bottom of the mold is actually the top of the soap, right? Because the points of my hearts are pointing this way. So this will be the bottom. So there's no real need to do anything to it. And plus the design, I'm just trying to keep a nice white soap surrounded by a red heart surrounded by a nice white soap. So all I'm doing here really is just trying to flatten out, make a nice, smooth, even bottom for the soap. Okay. Alright, that's it. So not a whole lot to look at kind of on the top. On the bottom, technically. But when you're watching this, there's not a whole lot to look at here. So, alright, so stay tuned. After the break should be the unmolding and the cutting of this, which I'm calling Sweetheart Soap. So, alright, stick around. Alright everyone, this is Kevin here, and we are doing the unmolding of and cutting of Sweetheart Soap. So, it's been almost 7 hours, and that is just a beautiful bar of soap. Or log of soap, I guess. Okay. Alright, so I just took it out of the fridge just now. So it's been sitting in there since I made it, and it's feeling very, very firm. Clean this up a little bit there. All right, the moment of truth. Hopefully those embeds are in a good position. Now, the embeds are a little bit older than this soap, obviously. I made them yesterday. So they're about, 24... Actually, they're about 48 hours old. I made them the other day. Okay. There we go. That came out pretty good. This will clean up just a little bit. It looks a little smudgy, but that will clean up nicely. We'll have a nice heart. Yeah, that's good. Again, this is just a little bit of cleanup there, and the hearts, I think, will come out just fine. Ooh, that one's good. That one looks perfect. And the advantage of trying to do them on, kind of both sides is hopefully you get one side that's very good. This one came out great on both sides. And they smell like chocolate-covered strawberries. They are delicious smelling. Oh, these came out super good. So, I think when they look pretty good right now, but a little run through the planer to get them nice and smooth. And they will be perfect, I think. Now my heart, for most of these, is a little off to the side there. I wish it were just a little bit more centered, but, it's still pretty darn good looking. I'm very happy with the way these came out here. That looks great. Ooh. Some of this, the color in the pink, in the hearts actually didn't get mixed in thoroughly, it looks like. And I want to keep that pink off the white there. So let me wipe it off my fingers so I don't get my white soap, my nice white soap all pink. But the heart embeds are just looking just great. I'm very, very pleased with those. Okay, last two. Alright, so that white, it looks like I missed a little bit, but again, I think if well, for one, the other side's just perfect. But if I plane this a little bit, I bet you the heart is under there. Or maybe not, actually. I might have just caught the one end of it. So in this case, it looks like only the one side of this soap is got a nice version of the heart on it. And this one, it's the back, so I don't have any heart there. But this one does have a heart underneath it. So I may just need to clean it up a little bit. So you can see sort of as I clean this up a little bit here, the heart's coming out. So some of these may need a little bit of work. Well, and this one, and I think there's one other that's on the other end I may need to try and clean up just so you can see the heart a little bit better. But for the most part, I'd say 9 out of the 11 are almost perfect. And then 2 of them, I think just need a little bit of cleanup, but they should be okay as well to be sold probably. I mean, if they come out that there's no heart at all, then I wouldn't put them for sale on the website, but I think most of those will be okay. All right, that's Sweetheart Soap. So fragrance with chocolate fudge and strawberry preserves, and it smells so good. Comments, questions, leave them below. Hope you liked it, and that's it. Check back later for more soap and bath and beauty related products here at Divinely Designed. Bye now.